today we're gonna talk about all the screen time that our families are getting, and it's not just our kids either, it's us, right? And blue light, all this talk about blue light, what does that actually mean? What's blue light really doing to us? And what tool do we now have available to help us support our vision health? My name is Angela. I have a passion for taking big, complicated ideas and breaking them down into easy to understand bits and pieces to empower you with the information that you need to support your family's health and wellness goals. And today we're talking about screen time, blue light, the electromagnetic spectrum, and IlluminEyes. What can we do to reduce the eye health deterioration that's really just common with age? What can we do to improve our visual performance, protect and maintain our proper eye health, support vision in low light settings? I mean, who else is sitting there looking at their phone in their bed at night, right? I'm so guilty of that. Reduce our eye fatigue and our eye strain. How many times are you looking at a screen and you just feel like your eyes start to water or turn red, and your eyes are just strained and fatigued? You need a break. And this isn't going to make very much sense to you right now, but hopefully at the end of this video it will. But how can you increase the macular pigment optical density? Sounds very scientific, but I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay, so have you heard all the fuss about blue light lately? It might be a little confusing, right? Because we look at blue things and we think, I'm not supposed to look at blue things anymore to protect myself from blue light. So let's talk about what blue light is. So we have a visible light spectrum. There is a big, wide electromagnetic spectrum, and within that spectrum you have gamma rays, microwaves, radio waves, x-rays, and you also have the visible light waves, and that's the visible light spectrum. That's the spectrum that your eyes are able to detect, and it goes from red to violet. So remember Roy G. Biv, rainbow, okay? That is the spectrum that your eyes are able to see. And the red and orangish end of that spectrum, it travels at a wavelength that has less energy than the indigo, violet, kind of blue side of the spectrum. Blue light, I mean, we don't just get it from our devices, okay? Yes, you get it from your phone. Yes, you get it from the newer TVs and your computer screens, the gaming devices that our kids are using, but you also get it from light, from sunlight, because it's a full spectrum light. Blue light comes from the sunlight, comes from digital devices such as computers and phones. And whenever we have short term, okay, so like under 2 hour exposure to that light, it can cause eye strain and fatigue. But long-term exposure may lead to a gradual loss of vision. Now, so you think, okay, how much exposure am I getting? Am I getting short-term or long-term? Over 80% of people that are between the ages of 18 and 39 are spending more than 2 hours a day on their digital devices. Hello, is that you? That's me. You ever look at your screen time? For me, it's depressing when I look at my phone and my screen time. It's way too much. So this high energy blue light is able to wreak havoc on our eye health. Let's just talk about light and how light waves behave first, okay? So light is a form of energy, and energy can be transferred from one form of energy from another. So light energy can actually be transferred to a different type of energy. It can be absorbed and it can be converted from light energy to a new form of energy. So when you look at a leaf, all right, go back to middle school science classes. Inside of a leaf, in the cells of the leaf, there are chloroplasts, and inside those chloroplasts is a pigment called chlorophyll, and it is able to absorb red light. But when we look at it, it's green. Why is chlorophyll green if it's absorbing red? Because whatever it absorbs, whatever is opposite on the color wheel, that's what it's going to reflect, and that's what our eyes pick up. So whenever you look at a color wheel, opposite of red is green. So that's why whenever we look at leaves, they look green, because the chlorophyll in the chloroplasts are absorbing red light to use the light energy to carry out photosynthesis. It's so cool. Okay, so now let's get back to our eyes and how our eyes see. When light enters our eye, right, it goes right in here. It goes through our cornea. It goes through in the middle of our pupil and through our lens. And then we have this vitreous gel that fills our eye. It's clear. It goes right through that. So how are we seeing? The light is passing through everything. Well, on the very back sphere of your eye, you have light sensitive tissue, and that's called your retina. And your retina has over, okay, just try to imagine this number, 130 million light sensitive cells called photoreceptors. 130 million of them. There's a small part on your retina, and it's in the center of the back of your eye, and that's called the macula. And so this is the really light sensitive part of your retina. So whenever somebody talks about something that's macular, it's talking about that specific spot on your retina. The most harmful components of visible light is blue light. And the wavelength of blue light, when it is absorbed, remember it transfers from light energy to a different form of energy. When it gets absorbed by your light sensitive retinal cells, those photoreceptor cells on your retina, it decreases the photoreceptor's response to light. So blue light decreases the response to light of those cells that are on the back of your retina. Blue light can be harmful to your vision, and we're spending well over 2 hours at least looking at blue light emitting devices every day. I'm looking at one right now, talking to you, and you're looking at one, listening to me. This is something that's happening every day to our eyes. Now, our eyes aren't very good at blocking blue light. Remember I said it goes through your cornea, through your lens, through the vitreous gel. Like there's nothing there to block this blue light from just zoop going all the way back to your retina. However, there is good news, and that is that we were created with natural blue light protection. You're like, okay, so how? Because it's passing right through everything. What's stopping this blue light? Just as plants have chlorophyll and they're able to absorb red light, we have pigments on our retina that are able to absorb blue light. Okay, very cool. So there are pigments, there are carotenoids, and they're made by plants, and they're made by algae, and they're made by photosynthetic bacteria, and they are found in our retina. They are lutein, zeaxanthin, and mesozeaxanthin. So zeaxanthin and mesozeaxanthin, they're made of the same molecules. So like you would say, like they're made of 4 fingers and a thumb, and like that's zeaxanthin, and mesozeaxanthin is also 4 fingers and a thumb, but they're just put together, they're isomers. They're just put together a little bit differently so that you can't lay them on top of each other. They're kind of like mirrors of each other. Lutein and zeaxanthin isomers, we're gonna call them isomers so I don't have to say both those words all the time. They increase the macular pigment, so the pigment in your macula and on your retina, the optical density to enhance your visual performance. So you have pigments that go on your retina and on your macula that help absorb that blue light so that it's not going into your photoreceptor cells and damaging them. Isn't that cool? All right, let's just throw back to your middle school class for a minute. Remember whenever I mentioned that green leaf absorbs red light and reflects green light? So think about the color wheel. Where is green and red found? They're found opposite of each other. So let's think about the color blue. When you look at the color wheel, what color is opposite the color blue? Opposite the color blue is orange. So guess what color lutein and zeaxanthin isomers are? They are orange. When you look at your retina, it is orange, and it's not because of blood. It's because your body has taken these pigments out of your diet and put it into your retina. How cool is that? God is amazing in the way that he created us. Your body is not able to make these pigments. You can't make them, all right? So where are we gonna get them? We're gonna get them from our diet. But the problem is we're really terrible at getting these pigments in our diet. In the foods that we regularly eat, Cheetos don't count, Cheez-Its don't count, okay? We're not getting these pigments that we need. But there is now available a supplement called IlluminEyes. It's a proprietary formula, and it supplements your diet to ensure that you're getting these orange carotenoid pigments that you need to protect yourself from the damaging effects of blue light. It's naturally sourced. It is made from non-GMO verified. Guess where it comes from? You may be thinking carrots. No. Marigolds. Marigold flowers. Isn't that cool? Marigold flowers, those little pops of orange, those pigments can protect your eye health. So that's just so awesome. So how do we get these marigold pigments into our diet without actually going out there and eating marigolds? All right, there is this new supplement from Young Living. It's called IlluminEyes, and it is rich and naturally sourced, vegetarian friendly. It's a vegetarian friendly formula, and it contains antioxidants from Ningxia wolfberry powder, right? Are you guys taking your Ningxia Red every day? Okay, well the powder from the wolfberry is in this, and it's a natural antioxidant, so it's fighting oxidative stress. It also contains lutein from marigold flowers. It contains both of the zeaxanthin isomers from marigold flowers. It contains vitamin E, vitamin A, which is beta carotene, and vitamin C that comes from cherries. So we're talking about a supplement that nothing is synthetic. It's all plant-based, and it comes from marigold flowers, wolfberries, and cherries. Like, yes, that's the kind of stuff we want to be giving our body, right? We want to give our body food, not synthetics that are made in a lab. Another thing that's really cool is these pigments don't only just benefit your eyes, they're also very beneficial for your skin. So you're getting eye and skin benefits whenever you use IlluminEyes. Whether you spend your days out in the bright light and you have a job that's outside, or you're getting exposed to blue light from your electronics or from your phone, you have IlluminEyes that's going to protect your clear view of the world. I hope that helped to explain a little bit better why this is such an amazing new product, why I'm gonna be using it, why I'm gonna have my son is going to be using it. It's just fantastic that we now have this available to us. I know that whenever I went to my doctor, my ophthalmologist, and we were talking about my vision health, I said, are there any supplements that I can take, any vitamins? And she's like, unfortunately, this is all part of aging and there's nothing I can recommend. So I'm happy. I have a new tool to support my vision health, and so do you. I'll put a link in the comments how the best way is to order, whether or not you are a Young Living member or are not a Young Living member. You are welcome to order at retail. You don't have to become a wholesale member, although you do get 24% off if you're a wholesale member. I'll put all those details in the video below. Check out IlluminEyes, guys. It's an awesome new tool that we have for our vision health. All right, go and have a great day. Thank you.